budgeting is just not working for you, like literally the numbers just aren't adding up, don't worry, you're not alone. In today's video, we are sharing what we finally figured out about budgeting. So a budget is just a plan for your money. You take your income and you apply it to your expenses, like simple enough. And anything, if anything, that's left over, you get to decide where that goes. But listen carefully, you have to have a plan. You have to have a place where you want that extra money to go. Even with your expenses, that things you have to pay, you need to know where it's going. The extra can go to retirement savings or saving for a new car, a new house, or anything as little as clothes or a new laptop. The key is to be intentional, but more on that later. So here are the nitty-gritty numbers of our income, the income that we can depend on each month. Now, my husband and I, we do side jobs throughout the month that have some extra money trickle in. But what I'm about to show now is what we actually live on and what we depend on each month in order to pay our expenses. So I want to be completely honest with you all, though it's kind of a dirty little secret moment here. We have always had trouble with our budget. Like since we've started this journey, I don't know, maybe like 5 years ago before my daughter was born, we've had trouble with it and we are just now getting our feet under us. So I used to blame it on the fact that we didn't make a lot of money. Like that's always been kind of a given that we've been low income earners. I used to think that if we made more money, things would work out and we wouldn't have to deal with certain things. But in reality, we need to know and understand how to manage what we have now so that if and when we have more, we know what to do with it. So why is budgeting not working? Number one, it's those limiting beliefs, thinking that I just need more money. No, that's not it. Number two is lifestyle. So Dave used to say a long time ago, act your wage. I think now he says more like live on less than you make. Nearly, as you saw, nearly half of our income in the whole entire month goes just to rent, like literally just for rent. That's unacceptable. That's not something that Dave teaches. All of our subscription services, now granted, a couple of those we actually need in order to run like my husband's tutoring business, and a couple other things we actually are committing to have. But I know at least 3 of those we can probably get rid of. Now, hear this. I believe that a budget can get to the point where you have made it as tight as possible, where it has been cut so lean, there's not a shred of fat on there. It is just, it's the tightest thing. It's a lean budget. So now when that's the case and there's still a deficit, that just means one thing. The income has to go up. Simple as that. You can't spend money that's not there. You can't cover your expenses when there's just not enough income. Because listen, so what if we had just balanced everything? The income equals the expenses. It's a zero-based budget. What happens when, vehicle registration renewal comes around next year? What happens when kids need shoes? What happens when you need socks or new underwear or a new bath mat? Like, those kinds of things are necessities, but if there's no wiggle room in your budget, like literally it's cut so thin, how are you going to pay for those things? And that's where sinking funds come in. But I'll link a video below that explains all about those. But the last reason why a budgeting just doesn't work is disorganization and poor communication. Ouch. I will be the first to raise my hand and admit that within the last year, I have overdrawn my bank account. I have missed the utility bill payments actually had utility services cut off. It's really no laughing matter. If you want to know more about that, check out the blog below. I'll share a little of that. We've paid rent twice. I mean, all those type of things. I'm sure I'm not the only one. And it's all because of being disorganized, not communicating with, my spouse, and just not knowing where things are going, when things are coming, and that's why a budget often doesn't work. Alright, so be on the lookout for more videos on how we actually fix this budget, because we're not leaving it like that. And until next time, keep at it.